Okay, EA did something that we knew would eventually come to the Madden 24 Ultimate Team, and that is they have added a set feet lead quarterback. Now, it is November 1st when I'm saying this. I honestly thought it would come within the first couple of weeks of the game, so anything after that, I just was happy about. And, it's finally here. I feel like it makes sense for it to finally get here around November. Was hoping maybe it could get pushed to December, but it's here and it's November. And that's okay. If you don't understand why set feet lead is such a big deal and why it's different than gunslinger and all that stuff, set feet lead and pass lead elite for this argument are the same. They are very, very similar. And what they do is that they speed up the ball velocity. When the ball's in the air, the ball travels quicker to its target. Gunslinger, on the other hand, speeds up the windup of the throw, but the ball velocity stays the same. The windup's faster, so the ball seems like it's getting there quicker just because the windup's faster, but the velocity chems, set feet lead, and pass lead elite are the two velocity chems. They speed up the ball. Now, why is that a big deal? Because ever since next gen came into the game, or it became a thing, the velocity chems, set feet lead, speed up the ball so fast that the defense cannot react correctly to the ball. Zones cannot react. Like, the ball will go right through their hands, right next to their head, because the ball travels too fast for lack of a better word, sluggish defenders to be able to react to. And this is a very consistent thing that's been in Madden since Madden 22. Back in the day, on the old gen, it was like this too, a little bit, but it's way more extreme now. So this is why a lot of people say set feet lead and whatnot breaks the game. And I think set feet lead is one of the biggest issues with Madden year after year after year. It's one of the biggest reasons why defense struggles, why zones struggle, and all that good stuff. Although even right now in the game, zones struggle, but this is a huge, huge reason why. Okay, so let's talk about what they did. How bad it is. If it's not that bad, we'll see. We'll talk about my opinion. So Kurt Warner, his actual stats are 70 speed, and then just good throwing stats across the board. That's what you want. But 70 speed is ridiculously low. He is the slowest player on the field by a good amount. Now, let's go over here to my tweet here. And basically, we'll just read this, right? My actual take on set feet lead. This is a very highly debated topic. It starting out on a 70 speed quarterback is really good. It makes you have to make an actual decision between him, Montana, who's 9 speed faster, maybe 7 speed, but he's a significant speed faster, and Lamar, who's much faster, as who the best QB is. I just pray that the next AP update offense stays at 7. Now, if you don't understand why that's kind of a big deal, is that Kurt Warner right now, his best stack would be set feet lead and then also hot route master. I've been told two different things. I've been told he gets hot route master, and I've been told he does not get hot route master alongside set feet lead, so you can have both of them. That'd be all your AP. I'm just going to assume you can get both of those together, and here's the thing with that. You don't have any more AP to spend anywhere else. And Madden 24 is a game, especially after the most recent update, where there is a huge issue in the game with just catching the ball. So something like gift wrapped is very necessary. If you play regs, you'll see a lot of drops in regs. You kind of get what I'm saying. I've played some regs recently, and it's kind of gross. I've seen a lot of pretty bad drops. Additionally, you can't get a single other chem. You can't. Now, if they fix this, if they fix the gift wrap, the drops and whatnot, if they fix that, then it becomes a little different for me. But right now, there's another thing with this where he's only 70 speed, and the meta defenses in the game right now are either 6-1, where people are trying to disengage you up the middle, or it is different styles of shed defense where you get shedded up the middle. So what people are doing is a lot of competitive players have actually moved to Lamar Jackson, gotten off of Hot Rod Master Joe Montana, not Joe Johnson, Joe Montana, and are rolling outside the pocket with Lamar Jackson to beat these shed defenses, these disengaged defenses up the middle. Meaning that Kurt Warner can't do those things, right? So Kurt Warner, you can actually shed him, and you can disengage him really well because he can't move at all. At the very least, Joe Montana could do that. He could move a little bit, at least a lot better than Kurt Warner can. So while I'm not a fan of set feet lead coming into the game, I do think the way they did it was not the worst thing in the world. This would be bad if it was on Rich Gannon. I think is usually an okay speed guy. Like he's like 70 high 70 speed. I want to say Rich Gannon is. That'd be like, oh, Kurt Warner also just a good card choice. I feel like Kurt Warner's a very fair card for it. But yeah, I don't have much of an issue with them, using Kurt Warner as this guy. I'm really hoping you can't get Set Feet Lead and Hot Rod Master. If you can't get both of these together, because of how the buckets work out, then oh my goodness, that's awesome. But I'm assuming you can. I've been told both ways. Yeah, so I mean, the three quarterbacks right now are Kurt Warner, Joe Montana, and Lamar. And the other thing I didn't even mention is that Kurt Warner also cannot get Gunslinger. I don't know what his release is right now. I don't think he has a MUT GG card. Yeah, so at the very least, I mean, he won't have Gunslinger. If he has a bad release, which I think they should give him a bad release. I actually think they should give him at least a non-favorable release, not the best release. And that makes things a little bit more interesting, right? That leaves a lot of argument to use Montana, or if you just want a mobile quarterback, to use Lamar or, Justin Fields or somebody, right? I really strongly believe the next AP update should stay at 7 for offense and bump up to like 10 for defense. I think that'd be really, really fair. If not, bump up to 8 on offense and 10 to defense. Defense should have a few more AP than offense right now. Let's see what some other people said. But yeah, the 4 AP means that you have to decide what abilities you want now, and you can't have everything. Roll offense. By the way, new offensive.gg single back wing stack. Very fun. Very fun. I got to the final 64, the most recent MCS tournament last weekend. As long as you keep it at 7 AP, I'm good. What was the AP increase to in last year's Madden? Last year, they started out at 12 and then bumped it down to 6 in like April. Yeah, make the trade-off. Yep. Hopefully, he just has a better release and will blow Montana out of the water for QB2. I hope he has a release where you have to question it. I think parity at the quarterback position is good. So this guy says you can't go. He doesn't think you can. This guy says you can. I've been told you can in other places as well. But yeah, gift wrap seems like 100% necessary. That's how I feel. I don't know if I could play without gift wrap. And I literally played regs the other day, and I was dropping a lot of passes, throwing the ball with Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, dude, this is not good. So yeah, man, this is like, it was bound to happen. I like the way they rolled it out. EA could not have really rolled it out much better. I think parity at the quarterback spot and throughout Ultimate Team is really good. I don't know if parity is the right word for this. I dropped out of college, all right? But having different quarterbacks who are arguably the best is a good thing for the game, right?